It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. And ladies and gentlemen, this week, once again, I spared no expense. So this past week, I continued the binge of Jurassic Park, and I saw The Lost World Jurassic Park with the one and only Renee L.A. Introduce yourself, Renee L.A.
Hello, all.
And that is Renee L.A. And we saw The Lost World Jurassic Park, and we're going to get to that. But first, a couple things. I want to give a big shout out to Alaska. Got some plays in Alaska this past week. Gracias, gratitude, Dorabao, and Alaska. Congratulations on having the first North American Orthodox female saint. Good job. Congratulations. I'm not really sure what that even means, but I'm sure it's important. Very cool. I think it's awesome. America, we're killing it. So thanks for listening. Gracias, gratitude. Let's get into the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this past week, like I said in the intro, we continued the Jurassic Park binge, and we saw The Lost World, Jurassic Park. And we're going to talk all about it. We're going to tell you what we thought. Me and Renee are going to get into it. We're going to dive deep in the weeds, and we're going to get into this movie. So Renee L.A., let's get into this. Go.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to start with how did it differ from the first movie?
This is a really, really good question. And let me say this. Let me tell you how it differed. Okay. First of all, the cast was significantly different. They had a different cast than the first movie. A lot of the guys didn't come back. I don't know why they didn't come back. Maybe the checks weren't big enough. I have no idea, but they didn't come back. So in this movie, we found out that the Jurassic Park, the initial park that they had, closed down. They shut that down. Like, we can't have this open up, but we shut it down. And we discovered that there was
they never opened.
That's true. They didn't open. They closed when they opened. They spared no expense and still closed.
Apparently they did.
So we discovered that they never opened the park and they shut it down before it even opened. But apparently there was a Site B. There was a Site B where all these dinosaurs were getting bred. Some island over by Costa Rica, apparently, where these dinosaurs were getting bred, bro. A whole island of just dinosaurs breeding and roaming the earth like it was prehistoric times. I think that, yeah, so that's how it differed. Because in the first movie, they didn't reveal that. So what's your thoughts on that, Renee?
Yeah, I mean, that was a little shocking. It didn't flow. It didn't make sense to me because, like, I really feel like they would have mentioned that in the first one. So it was like it was a little interesting.
Well, I think because they were trying to get approval for the park, they probably didn't want to reveal more than they had to. Because maybe revealing that would have made them not want to open the park. I mean, they were already on thin ice trying to open the park anyway. I mean, they're already working to open the park. Like, they had Sam Neill there, and they had all those biologists.
I think the ice had already melted.
So, like, I think the spared no expense guy, he's like, don't tell them what you need to know because they just looking for a reason to shut us down. They ain't got shut down anyway. But apparently, Site B was available. And I think what was going on is why they go there for?
They said it was to, like, just observe them.
Yeah. So they wanted to observe these dinosaurs.
But, I mean, I
guess it's probably for science. Anytime they observe, they say observe for science.
Sure.
In fact, I think I get observed regularly for science. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure there's somebody somewhere observing me for science, and that's okay. I hope you enjoy this podcast, you scientists. Yeah, so anyways, they're on this island and dinosaurs. And also, it seems that some of the dinosaurs, or one of the dinosaurs, escaped the island in a world where dinosaurs actually exist. Would there be some kind of protection for the damage that dinosaurs cause? Now, in the real world, if there's tornadoes and lightning and all this, you have protection through, various, businesses that take care of that. But would there be some kind of dino protection in that world?
Because you have to have, like, home and, like, auto insurance. So you're posing the question, would there be insurance or something for, like, the dinosaurs?
There'd probably be some add-on, Now, I believe down, like, in Florida, they have certain things that happen in Florida that you can get insurances or some kind of protection for things that happen in Florida. So if you're in a dino space where dinosaurs run rampant, maybe there'd be a protection.
Do you think it would be a choice though? Or do you think
I think so. I think that would be given because they probably weigh the probability and chances of a dinosaur smashing your stuff.
I feel like a lot of people wouldn't get it though, and then like they would just be like out of a home and all this, and there'd be like more homelessness. So that might be an issue though.
Well, if I was selling this, I just pop in Jurassic Park and make them watch it, and then they'd be signing right up. All I do is make them binge Jurassic Park, and I have all types of sales. I'd be getting commissioned like crazy because I feel if you've seen Jurassic Park, you would definitely sign up.
Yeah.
So anyways, they're in that world of Jurassic Park. Probably need some kind of dinosaur protection, I would think, because they break a lot of stuff. These are huge. These are huge pieces. And also, kind of on the same kind of vibe of that. If it's in a world of dinosaurs where they exist and they're on this island and they're in the world, would people, probably rich people most likely, have dinosaurs as a pet? And if they had dinosaurs, could you insure them like you insure a dog? Because in the world we currently live in, you can get like cat insurance and dog insurance. And so would there be insurance for a dinosaur? And if so, if it needed medical procedures for this dinosaur, who would do this? I think a vet does dog and cats, correct? Would a vet just to add dinosaur to the whole skill set?
Well, so I'm not sure if you know this, but regular veterinarians, they do not tend to birds. So like if you have a pet bird, you have to go to an avian veterinarian. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So there's special veterinarians, avian.
So if you have a bird, are there avian veterinarians in all communities? You got to travel outside your city?
No, I don't think they're too close. Like the closest one in my area, for example, it's probably like 40 minutes.
Oh, wow. So people in our community, if they have a bird and the bird has some kind of ailment or sickness, you have to travel 40 miles to get the bird looked at and taken care of?
Yeah, that's, to my knowledge, that's the closest one I know of.
So most likely I would think that in the world of dinosaurs, probably it would be something similar to that. And maybe you have to travel longer distances than that. So this is kind of switch gears. If you own a Tesla car, in our area, you cannot get them service. You have to drive out of town to get that service. So it's about an hour away. So I guess maybe the scarcity of the particular thing makes to get it serviced or fixed farther away.
Having said all that, my guess is that there's not going to be too many veterinarians that are going to want to work on dinosaurs.
There'll be some.
Not many. I mean, you'd have to be pretty brave to.
But you
work
know
on
those
a dinosaur.
kids when they were young, and I think you know some kids like this, and they had little dinosaur figurines, and they would spend all day playing with dinosaurs. I've heard people tell stories about this where their kids would just play with dinosaurs for long periods of time. I think you know some people as well. And so, like, those type of individuals would probably be most likely say, hey, let me be a dinosaur veterinarian. It makes total sense. And also, additionally, too, I imagine the pay would be a lot higher. And just for certain, I just assume that probably be a vet for dinosaurs, if you call veterinarians, whatever you call them, would be extremely higher. It'd probably be worth the investment, worth the risk. Probably not a lot of people doing it. There's some danger involved, right? But high pay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think a whole lot of people would be willing to do it.
Would you do it?
No.
You wouldn't even go to the park.
Last episode
you said you wouldn't even go to the park. So yeah, I was pretty sure you wouldn't be a vet. But other checks are big. So,
actually, I don't think I answered that question. You didn't reciprocate the question to me. I asked you, and you said if I was ready to die.
let's go ahead and pick up on the last episode. Would you visit Jurassic Park? At least the one we saw in the first movie.
Okay, so I actually can't really answer that, and I'll tell you why.
You ain't gonna answer today, or we can't. We go talk off air, or you don't know the answer.
I'm gonna have to tell you the answer off air.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, party people. Some things just can't be talked about on the internet, and we'll talk about it, and maybe.
Yeah, we'll bring it up later, just not right now.
Yeah, maybe in the future we'll tell you.
You'll find out why.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll talk about. Yep. We'll talk off air, see what's happening.
Yeah,
and
you'll all understand why.
Get into it and see what
later.
happens. Maybe a future episode.
So
we'll get into it. Anyways, yeah.
All right. So, anyways, let's get on here with. This is kind of like a pretty safe question. What was your favorite character or moment in this movie?
Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, got his name right this time.
Not Steve.
Got his name right this time. No disrespect, Jeff Goldblum, to you, Jeff Goldblum, because I know who you are. I'm very familiar with your work. I just had a brain fart. I've been very busy all week. It was hot. I was worn down. I know you, bro. No disrespect. You're a very good actor. In fact, I saw you in Wicked just last year. You were really good. He was the wizard. Remember? He's the wizard. You forgot already?
Oh
He was the wizard, bro. He was the wizard.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he's the wizard, man.
This heat has been doing a number
Yeah,
on.
right? You forgot about he's the wizard. So Jeff Goldblum, I know who you are. Anyways, he was really dope in the movie. And the fact that he was like an action guy, like he was a leading man. And he was actiony. He's made to be look very handsome and actiony. I love that. I wish we could see more Jeff Goldblum being a badass action guy. I love that. That's cool. A little different look for him. I thought it was cool. So overall, all the action Jeff Goldblum thought was cool. And his character's name is what again? I can't remember his name. Do you remember what it was?
Ian Malcolm.
Was it? The Malcolm?
Ian Malcolm.
Oh, it's Ian? Yeah, what? That's
Yeah.
it. That's a really cool name. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, what about you? How about you?
So I like those little dinosaurs, the baby ones.
Yes.
You know how they were like that? They're like in a group.
Yes.
They were in the movie a couple different times.
They
later.
were.
But I don't think that they said what they were, did they?
I think they did. I just can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was a moment where they did say the name, and I just can't remember what the name was.
But anyways, I'm gonna have to go with the babies.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
And one last thing, I got one other scene I liked as well.
Yes.
Let me tell you what it is. Spoiler. If you haven't seen it, I'm spoiling it, so turn away.
From '97.
Doesn't matter. Somehow, you might not have seen it, so spoil. At the end of the movie, very end, Jeff Goldblum and Julianne Moore are sleeping on the couch. They're just sitting there. The news is out. They're watching CNN. Or not watching, they're sleeping. But CNN's on the TV, the little small TV. That I used to watch TVs just like that. Now, you younger people, real quick, TVs used to look like that one in that movie. I actually watched one. I actually touched one and used one. But anyways, they're sitting on the couch. CNN's on, and they're just passed out sleeping. Because I feel me and you kind of did that recently. Multiple
But
times.
we won't see it. We won't see it.
So
Exactly
real
why.
quick, seeing that scene was kind of meta a little bit. It was very meta because, I mean, yeah, we get into that, but yeah, I know we can really relate to this. So that was cool.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. All right. So that is The Lost World, Jurassic Park, 1997, second movie. And we're on to the third one very soon.
And we will continue this binge. And next probably week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to see the newest Jurassic Park after you binge all the other ones. And we're going to be at the fancy theater with the big screen and the popcorn and all that. Because we don't go that much when we go. We go big. We're going to have the greatest movie experience possible. And we will get on here and we'll tell you all about dinosaurs getting loose, dinosaurs chase people, dinosaurs breaking stuff. Because I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Now, one last thing before I sign off. I feel when a franchise goes very far, eventually they go to space. Now, this might be the movie where they go to space, but eventually they all go to space. Now, if you watch Fast and Furious, they went to space. Yeah, they went to space,
I
right?
was trying to think of what movie was super popular that went to space, and you just took the words out of my
Yes.
mouth. Yep.
You ever see Friday the 13th? Went to space. Eventually, it all goes to space. So sooner or later, dinosaurs will be in space. If your franchise was long enough, it'll be in space. Guaranteed. So anyways, this concludes the podcast. Any last words for the party people, Renee LA?
Take care of your people. Take care of your things, and take care.
And with that being said, till next time, we'll see. Life is a risk. Diane von Furstenberg. Till next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks.